Welcome to another episode of the Let Me Be Serious podcast, where we're always going to have a great time and still have a serious moment or two. This podcast is for the multi-hyphenates, the faith-filled, and the dreamers, the creatives, the entrepreneurs, and the builders. If you are multi-passionate and or in a season of transition, this podcast is for you. My name is Egypt Cullum, and I am the host of this podcast. Hi, how are you doing? It's nice to see you. Welcome to episode 2. I'm super excited. We're in episode 2. Yes, look at me, consistency. So, if you hear a dog bark in the background, yes, they're barking at me. They're trying to figure out what I'm doing. So, it's all great. So, with this first segment, we're going to do a rundown of what God has been teaching me this week. I have 4 things for us this week, and then one of those topics we're going to dive deeper into, okay? So, the first thing, not everything is about you. Sometimes God just changes things because it's time. That is what he told me at the beginning of this week, as I've still been digesting and deconstructing the remnants of my breakup, right? And those emotions. And just explain he was just explaining to me it's really not about me. He did that. And sometimes it's just time for the change. It has nothing to do with you. Okay? Next thing, focus on becoming, not just doing, because you can't really do what he wants you to do until you become who he needs you to be. Oh, that's deep. All right, we're going to say it again. Focus on becoming, not just doing, because you can't really do what he needs you to do until you become who he needs you to be. You need to be who he needs you to be to do the thing. Okay? So it's like I actually gave my friend, shout out to Tori, one of the besties. I was talking to her about this earlier this week, I believe, or it was late last week. And I was giving her this example. So she has a boyfriend, right? And I was telling her it's a very different feeling when your boyfriend gives you flowers, right? Compared to receiving flowers from a stranger. Now, if you as a person love flowers, yes, that's still a nice gesture. But the person giving you the flowers, that adds a little bit of a different, feeling, emotion to it. There's a different meaning behind it. So you need to be the correct version of yourself doing these things, especially if it's something God is wanting you to do. Next thing, okay, we're just going to keep moving. We're going to keep moving. Next thing, sometimes God will close doors, not for you to worry about what's happening and changing on the other side, but for you to refocus and discover what he has waiting for you on your side of that door. Sometimes, and this is more geared toward what he was explaining to me, sometimes he's guarding the door from you. so you can get what he needs you to get, not just what you think you want. So we're going to say that again, all of it together. Sometimes God will close doors, not for you to worry about what's happening and changing on the other side, but for you to refocus and discover what he has waiting for you on your side. So sometimes the doors are going to close because he's trying to show you, hey, there is 13 other doors. There's 200 other doors over here. I need you to get something from all of them. I have a lot more in store for you. I need you to stop trying to stay in this one place when I am ready for you to move and discover and receive all these other blessings I have for you. So in this season, I have understood that he's guarding certain doors from me, not not from the other side, from my side, so that I leave the door alone. And I'm doing pretty good. I'm being obedient, and I've heard him. So that's why we're talking about it right here. So yes, okay. Next thing, this is an actual quote from my journal. Okay, so let's just stick with it. Now, this is from my journal, so if it doesn't make sense, I will translate. Okay, cool. So it says, I can feel myself there we go, holding on to who I was, but I can no longer be her. You've moved me, God. You've moved me out of the cycle of playing characters. Now you're ready for me to be me, and you have blessed that. Ooh, that hits me very deep. So I'm going to say it again. This is me talking to God. I feel myself accidentally holding on to who I was, but I can no longer be her. You've moved me out of the cycle of playing characters, and now you're ready for me to be me, and you have blessed that. Woo! That's the topic we're going to go deep into today. Okay, that is our main topic for today. You're ready for me to be me, and you have blessed that. So I feel like, and it's just a feeling for me when it comes to other people. I know I already have this issue. Okay, so if y'all relate, okay, cool. We're on the same page. But I feel like a lot of us at times start playing characters that we feel like we can play. Like it sounds really weird. So like sometimes we'll take on jobs that we're interested in. We're like, oh, I could do that. I'm interested to see what this is like. I want to work at a hotel. I want to work in higher education. I want to be a barista. Like it's like you are curious enough to start playing the role of who you think you're supposed to be in that certain environment. So you become the office coordinator. So you become the front desk associate. So you become, what was the last thing I said? The barista, right? And so you take on this character and you become the best at this character. You become the best barista, the best office coordinator. Cool, 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 cool. That's cute. That gets old. That gets old. And it can get old kind of fast if you've done it a lot. If you've shifted between a lot of those types of characters, that's gonna start getting old. And so for me, in this season, this is the first season where I'm not playing a character. Okay. And it sounds super, super odd for me to even say, hearing myself, it sounds odd to me because I know I've done it for so long, but I'm in a season where I'm unmasking. I am showing up as Egypt. All right, I'm not showing up as my job title. I am Egypt with this job title. This is not this job title. This is, let me see. Let me see. How do I say this? I am going to make a Barbie movie reference and then I'll like backtrack it so everyone who doesn't understand the original Barbie movies can understand as well. Okay. So, like in the original Barbie movies, Barbie plays characters. Barbie as a doctor, Barbie as Swan Lake, Barbie as Princess and the Pop. Right, she's playing characters. Cool, 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 cool. Barbie as this. Instead of Barbie shows up and she just so happens to be doing this. So we're seeing Barbie as not just playing the role of this, but she just so happens to have this attached to her. So it's like for me in this instance, I'm not acting anymore. When I first got the job and I was in a season, that's the season I was in, where I was like, I'm going to make sure I fit this role, acting. Okay. I'm going to make sure I'm the best in this role that I am now working in. Now, it's not that I'm not qualified. I'm not the best in my role. I was already very good. That's why I was great at the role. But I'm in a season now where it's like I'm showing up as myself. I am not dressing the way people probably think I should be dressing, which is like an old lady in my opinion, whatever, right? They want me to dress like a librarian, and guess what? I am no. I don't even think that's what I want to do. I did it for a season and then I was like, no, this feels wrong. And as I've been going through this journey of unmasking this year, because that's been one of my major goals, especially at work, is unmasking because people don't know how to deal with me, but it's also like they have never met me at the same time because I'm playing this character. Hi, how are you? Like, so I was like, okay, they need to get to know me. There's no point in me being upset with people not knowing me when I'm not showing them me. So now I show up as myself and it feels great. I'm super excited about it. And it makes me feel less tension and less anxious going into work because I know I don't have to show up and be like anybody's superwoman. I don't. Like, if you don't turn in your paperwork on time, guess what? I already process things at the rate I process things. So your paperwork is gonna be or it's gonna be late regardless. I'm not rushing. I'm already late with my own stuff. You think I'm rushing your stuff? No. And when I say late on my stuff, I have to set early deadlines for me to have stuff on time. So if I'm quote unquote late, I'm on time. I set that up for myself. I don't have a system for you because you don't have a system for you. That's that's literally how I am though, and people are getting used to it. People are getting used to me saying no, I don't want to do that, or no, that's not my job. Not, yes, of course. Like, that's the character. That's a character. That is not the real me. Hi, this is the real me. Get used to me. Hey. Because I've also learned that the real me is actually really great. She's really fun. She's really kind. She's actually a really nice person if she likes you. So it's like, stay on the good side of it because it's really easy to stay on the good side of it, right? But I've moved out that season of I'm trying to fit this. I'm trying to fit this. I'm trying. It's really a people pleaser thing. And as I'm talking, I'm like understanding that, but it's a people pleaser thing. It's like I want people to like me and see me in this way instead of, hey, judge me based on who I actually am. Because for me, it's like, if you don't like me as I'm playing a character, why would I be upset? It's not like you don't like me. You don't like that character. If you don't like me, I can accept that. If I'm showing up as me, you don't like that. That says more about you than me. That honestly. So it's like when I was trying to play the characters and be in the people pleaser side of it, it's like, oh, this character is not perfect. Let's tweak this. Oh, it's still not perfect. Let's tweak this. Too much external validation and need for external validation going on. And I've definitely shifted into a more internally validating um, way of life. And it's very nice. It's very peaceful over here. I really don't care. Like, and for me, it's like also learning to set boundaries because I can feel myself get triggered by certain things, but it's also like understanding people don't know me for real. Like, only a small group, a very small group of people actually know me. Right. And that for me is okay because the people that know me and are closest to me and have been in my life and stay in my life and bring peace to my life and don't bring disorder or chaos or anxiousness, like, those are my people and they know me, they love me, they desire to spend time with me and you know feed into me and just be my people. I don't need to be friends with everybody. I don't. Egypt doesn't need to be friends with everybody. That's the great thing that God has explained to me. Now that doesn't mean I'm rude or, unkind to people. I do set boundaries and if I don't like you, you will know, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna be rude to you. That's different. You just gonna see a difference between how I treat you and how I treat people I actually do love and like. There's a difference. And for me, it's like you should be able to respect that. Because usually for me, I didn't really do anything to not like you. Like, it's not something I made up in my head. I really just go based off of how you start treating me. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit too deep on it. A little bit too deep, a little bit too deep. But yeah, God's blessed me. God has blessed me, period, right? But he has blessed me being me in this season. And I am so grateful. He has not blessed me playing characters in roles. And I can feel that when I start falling into it. It's like, I'm uncomfortable in my body right now. Something is wrong. Let me reset back to my default. And my new default is me. Me, the unmasked me, the ADHD me, the kind but assertive me, right? I'm very direct. People who know me, I will don't let me get to the point where I really feel like I need to tell you something straightforward because you're gonna be very distraught if I've never done that with you. Right. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And so I'm grateful because, like I said, he's ready for me to be me. And that is what he's blessed. That version of me is is where I'm supposed to be. And I'm very grateful. All right, all right, all right. Okay, let's lighten it up. Let's lighten it up. I have a question from the besties. Oh my gosh, I actually like this question. Now, I had a few more besties send me in their questions. My actual friend, my actual besties. Um, but I'm reusing, not reusing, but I'm using another one from Randi this week because it's actually really funny. And I think we're going to stay light this week and we're going to start getting deep next week, okay? Because everyone else who sent me stuff is got very deep questions and I love it. But like, goodness, y'all. All right. It's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And it's okay. So this week's question is, if you could live forever, would you want to? Y'all. Let me look. Woo. Let me restate the question. Let me not restate. Yeah, just let me say the question over. If you could live forever, would you want to? No, no. Why would I want to do that? No, no, no. Because look, I'm already like a fantasy, sci-fi, futuristic fan, right? But this is what I'm also tell you, right? Okay. That never works out well. Okay. So I feel like this is me. This is me in my imaginary world. So stick with me. All right. If I was in a position where I was going to live forever, y'all, for a good portion of it, I'm going to be a troll. Okay. Let me explain. Y'all, when I say troll, I mean the under the bridge kind. Not saying homeless. I'm just going to be the one that is just terrorizing people and want to be left alone. And everybody trying to cross my bridge. Like that's crazy hair, dirty clothes, and then I'm gonna figure out a way to kill the queen, whoever is the queen in this utopia, and then I'm gonna become queen. Then I'm gonna be leading this whole society. Look, there's a lot of stuff. No, because you know how tiring thinking about all that is, and then if I actually gotta do it, no, because I don't want to be a troll, nor do I feel like I want to run a whole society of futuristic folk. Yo, cause why? No, I would no, 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 no. So no, no, I would not want to live forever. That sounds terrible. No, not that I'm saying temporary life is the greatest, but it has its perks, and it is at least it had at least like that. I think it's a great thing when you know, like, and I feel differently about like TV shows because I do be feeling sad when those end. But as far as like good books and life, there's a beginning and there's an end. You know both are coming. If there is a beginning, there will be an end. If there was an end, that means there was a beginning. Okay. That's my level of surety. Okay. I feel like with this immortality factor, there's too much uncertainty. And then I gotta start figuring stuff out way ahead of time. It's already like, okay, what's your 5 year plan? What's your 10 year plan? What's your 150-year plan? No, I ain't got time for all that. No, 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 no. No. So the answer is no. No. But I like the question. I think a lot of people would not answer it that way. Um, but I think it's also because they don't imagine themselves being a troll. I am gonna be a troll. Like it's gonna be like in a Dune movie or something, like in that type of aesthetic, it's gonna be that kind of dirty, and my hair gonna be everywhere. Looking crazy. No. Okay, it's time for a game, time for a game, time for a game. Okay, so I didn't last week we did the thing that made me laugh for the week. Okay, this week, not that nothing made me laugh. I do remember laughing. I just don't remember what I laughed at. So we're gonna play a different game. So today's game, we're playing this or that. Okay, I'm actually kind of excited for it because let me see if I can make this full screen. Nope, it's fine. So I'm excited for it because this is just something new, and that's it. That's the only reason I'm excited. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna read through this list. It's actually a list of 30. I don't know if I'm gonna do all 30. Should I do all 30? Let's do all 30. It ain't gonna hurt y'all. If I feel like stopping, I'll stop. Okay. So first one, city breaks or beach holidays. That's a good one, but it's not good enough. So let me explain. Beach holidays are my choice because that feels like actual rest. City breaks, I'm going to be trying to work. I'm going to be trying to find the photographers in the city. I'm going to be like, oh, there's a beautiful scape. Let's take a picture of me in front of that. I'm going to be thinking too much. I don't find populated areas and structures everywhere and I want to see nothing. I want to feel nothing. I want to take a nap on the beach. I want to feel the sun. I want to feel nature. I don't want to be crowded. Like I know people be on the beach, but people be minding their business. Not that people don't in the cities don't be minding their business, but it's too much going on. So no, beach holiday. All right. Next one. Backpacking or luxury hotel. Luxury hotel. All right. So let me explain. I don't feel like doing work. I gotta set up the tent. I gotta figure out food. No. I'm already moving into my luxury lifestyle. I don't like currently live there yet, but I'm moving into it. And so therefore, yeah, no luxury hotel. That's where I'm gonna no. Easy. Let me be easy, man. Let me be easy. All right, next one. Exploring historic sites or natural wonders. This is gonna sound backward, but natural wonders, okay? Because I love nature enough to find it very interesting. And I find it very like especially the natural wonders. Like I was really into that in school. Yes, that's what I want to see because that's what I'm actually interested in. That's my nerd right there. That's where my nerd center is. Okay. Not that some parts of history is not, some parts of history are interesting, yes, but that's no. Okay, if I had to choose, that's natural wonders. Okay, next. Traveling by plane or traveling by train? Okay, plane or train. All right, I already got motion sickness, but at least with the plane, I get there faster. So, plane. All right, next. Safari or snorkeling? Neither is really my choice, but I'll pick snorkeling because safari means jungle, which means jungle animals. Now, snorkeling, water animals, yes. But I'm less scared of water animals. Okay. All right. Next, road trips or cruises. Like I said, I have motion sickness. All right. Now, I have learned my motion sickness really hates boats. I hate boats. Okay. I will get on a boat. I'm not gonna be happy on the boat. I can deal with a car or vehicle though, a little bit better. Okay. I've kind of conditioned myself. I've been doing it long enough. I didn't grow up on boats and on cruises. I didn't do all that. All right. So road trips. Visiting famous landmarks or hidden gems. It depends on what the hidden gem is, but probably that, honestly, because famous landmarks, I kind of feel like it's like similar to the historical sites. I'm like, I already seen a bunch of pictures of it, and I do find some of them like interesting and like breathtaking. I can imagine, but no, I wanna see something different. Guided tours or self-guided exploration? I choose. I really don't like either, but no, I think guided tours. So I like asking questions, and I don't. I really don't like having to figure stuff out. Like I can sometimes. I like being left alone, or with a group of my people, but that's not. I want you to tell me what I should look at, and then I'll also do my own self exploration while I'm with you listening. I'm gonna be finding other stuff too, but yeah, no, no, no. I need some guided. Yeah, traveling with a group or traveling solo. That's a good one. I think traveling. That's a good one. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm not traveling solo as often yet, but I'm going to start, especially this upcoming year. Very excited about it. But I think traveling solo, you don't gotta worry about everybody. And I'm a worrier. Like I be paying attention to everybody, make sure everybody good, make sure everybody got their stuff, and make sure everybody ain't nobody leaving nothing, and make sure ain't nobody getting left behind, no one getting kidnapped. Like, cool. But if it's just me, I can just focus on all that stuff for me. Yeah. So next, camping under the stars or staying in a cabin. Cabin. I can sit outside for a little bit, but then I'm gonna go inside. No. Next, mountain climbing or scuba diving. Okay. We're gonna logic, right? Okay, cool. Once again, there's different types of wilderness, right? Aside from that part, okay. Aside from the wilderness part, I have a fear of falling, and it's not something I talk about often because I do it a lot. So it's like it's no point in me being scared of it. But I don't feel like rock climbing, mountain climbing, is my specialty. I can swim pretty good though, so scuba diving makes more sense now, because it's like because if you think about it, it's like what's the opposite direction? Like if we're going in one direction on purpose, the accidental direction is the other way, right? So it's like what would that look like? So if we're mountain climbing, we're going up, so the opposite way is down, and that don't sound good. Scuba diving, that's like you're going down, yes, but the opposite is up or drown, right? Of course. But it's like you gonna sit there for a minute. So I'm pick scuba diving. All right, cool. All right, we're gonna do one more, and then I might finish this list another week because this is actually fun for me. Visiting art. Oh my gosh, why? Okay, visiting art museums or a science museum. Art museum. Okay, because I like to look at pretty things. Okay, we're gonna do one more because yeah, I do like science though. I am a nerd. I do like science though. But let me also say this, okay? It's because I'm in this season. I'm just gonna tell you. Um, I'm not looking right now, but I've heard that the nice looking wealthy ones go to the art museum, so that's where I'm gonna be at. All right. So I was like, yeah. All right. All right. One more. Relaxing. Oh my gosh. Relaxing on the beach or hiking through a forest. I feel like y'all know the answer. I feel like y'all know the answer already. Let's take in the idea of the wilderness side of it. No, I don't want to deal with forest, wilderness, animals. No. Okay, cool. So then also let me just restate what it says. It says relaxing, yes, versus hiking. Oh, look, I'm not in the season to be one to do my work right now. I might in a different season. I might choose to be active, but look, I done went to the gym every day, every weekday this week. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to go on a hike. I don't want to go on a hike. I don't want to go on a hike. I want to go to sleep in this season. Let me get some sun. Let me get my vitamin D back and be good. Okay. All right. So yes, I'm a stop right there. We're at number 13, guys. So thank you. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. I don't know why I needed to do that, but it was fun. All right. So thank you for staying with me and listening to this week's podcast. I know these first few are coming out all at once, so I really do appreciate you guys for listening. Don't forget to show some love and rate this podcast. This is my start, restart, and revamp season, so the encouragement you are going to give me will never go unseen or unappreciated. If you have any questions or comments that you want answered, if anything you want answered in an upcoming episode, don't be shy. Comment it wherever you're listening to this, or hop over to my Instagram and ask me there. Preface it with, question from a bestie, so I know what you're talking about. So I know what this is relating to. Okay. This has been another episode of the Let Me Be Serious podcast, where we're always gonna have a great time and still have a serious moment or two. And I'll see you next week. Bye.